Hello, everybody. Welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I'm the Outback Al.
I'm hot for justice.
And I'm keeping you.
And it's the last day for Tokyo Mew Mew. Mew Mew
It
Power
is.
stuff.
Yep.
This was we watched episode 24 to 26. And some stuff happened. How'd you guys feel about the ending of this? I guess it's not the ending, but it's sort of the ending.
Well, it's a cliffhanger, so it's kind of like, oh, what's gonna happen next? But I already know what's gonna happen, so.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who's going into this not knowing. Sorry, I'm eating again. Like, we do these late at night, and I always come back from like doing some work.
Okay.
So let's just get into it. So, God, I wrote these notes a couple days ago, and I don't even know what I'm talking about in them. This was the jewelry one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so first off, I'd like to point out once again, I don't know why Renee is working at the cafe, because she has an actual job. And Zoe still acts weird around Mark, though. I'm gonna give him points again for the dub, because they know how to make some good lines. She gets her cat ears, runs off, does some weird stuff, and her friends are like, she needs some serious medication. And Mark is just like, I think she's kind of cute when she gets like that. I guess true love is totally blind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, aw, I like that line. That was cute.
I'm enjoying the snark, but, I'm easy to please when it comes to snark. I gotta adjust my mic a little bit. I think I'm peaking too much. Dear. But yeah, then that was a thing, and
Zoe becomes pack mule for the day.
yeah, we run in on, I guess Renee's assistant got a grand piano dropped on them. They don't say whether they're okay or not, which is like, wow. I guess you really did not care about them, but Karina's pissed.
No, wait, they said
What?
she was fine.
She was fine? I did not hear
yeah.
that. They did not make a big point of saying, like, don't worry, she's okay.
They said she'll be fine in a few days, but she needs someone to replace her assistant.
If you
until
say
then.
so.
That's what I heard. I'm pretty sure Bridget said it.
All right. Well, Bridget would know, I guess. But Karina's pissed that it's not going to be her, because she just wants to stalk Renee at this point. But, yeah, Renee's like, no, Zoe, you're going to be my assistant. I'm like, doesn't Zoe get a say in this? But I guess not.
It's her inner strength. It's her
Yeah.
inner strength.
Yeah. Renee says something about Zoe has more inner strength than any of us. I'm like, since when? And where are you basing this on? I have no idea what they keep... Like, I think this is just a trope of the show, and probably of the genre itself. The main character's always, like, the special, or the chosen person to be the big to-do, and they're always like, this person's so much... they have so much problem. Like, and I never see it. I mean, I know I joke plenty in this... about this show, and, like, Wolf should be the one in charge. But really, I mean, am I wrong in saying that? I know Zoe was, like, first to get the powers and whatnot, but that doesn't make you the best. The first plane was not the best plane.
Personally, like, I feel like Renee is definitely, like, a more mature leader type.
Yeah.
But I feel like they want to focus more around a sort of, I guess, like, love story attached to them.
I get
more
that.
or less.
And I understand
but also
why.
they want, I think, a character who they can add more development to.
That's fair, and I get that, and I get, why Pinky's the main character. I realize why Renee is not the main character, because other than the fact that she's kind of awesome at doing what she does, she's kind of one note and boring. She's just cool. Now, I'm not saying that, like, Wolf should be the main character. I'm just saying she should be the leader of the team.
Oh, yeah. No. Totally agree.
Yeah. Zoe, I'm fine with her as the main character. Whatever. It's fine. She's a little annoying at times, but, she's good. She shouldn't be the person in charge of the team. But
Yeah.
so
Do you have any thoughts or 2 cents to put in for that?
which one's your favorite? I don't think we've ever talked about this.
I mean, I think that Zoe's the leader because she has, like, the most, I guess, like, spunk, maybe? I feel like it
Are you
is
saying
part
Monkey has less spunk than Zoe? Choose
Well,
your
like-
words carefully here. I don't agree with that one. I
like,
think I get what you're trying to say. I
way.
just don't think that that's the way to say it.
And, like, just has a lot more, like, going on than the other characters. She definitely has, like... I
She's got
feel
the
like-
most gumption. That's a word.
Maybe. How do you
Um,
define gumption? I've not used that word
What
very
is-
often.
What is that?
Like,
Isn't that
when
kind
I
of just
think
a synonym to spunk?
It's a little bit of a synonym to spunk, but she's also just like one of the high energetic people who's like, yeah, let's do it, sort of, let's get it done, but she's also kind of a crabby person. So
I'm sorry, if we just need a high energetic person, I have to bring it back around again. Why is Monkey not the leader
Monkey.
then? Monkey is the
Monkey
last
doesn't
person who should be
have-
leader.
well,
but
no, because I think
Monkey doesn't fight for love.
Monkey also doesn't take like charge in a way that I guess a main character would if
I'm
they
really
were the
surprised
leader.
by that because they have like how many brothers and sisters they got to take care of on such a regular basis. They're like, I feel like they could easily. I almost feel like, other than maybe Bridget, any one of the other Mew Mews would be a better leader than Zoe sometimes.
Sometimes we all slip up from from time to time.
I don't know. I feel like she just fits the main character, like...
The stereotype.
trope. Yeah, the stereotype.
I'm not saying she doesn't. Maybe my thing is that maybe the main character doesn't always have to be the leader.
I'm sorry, I'm not shushing you.
I don't
Houdini!
know.
Stop it!
Your magic boy is trying to get your attention.
No, he wants out.
Oh, dear.
He's been allowed. He went out to run like an hour ago.
He wants out again.
Stop it! I know he won out. You're not getting it. Do you want me to sit on the floor with you?
Houdini is
that
the
what you
Zoe
want?
in his own series, I like to think.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to draw a picture of that.
Ah.
Houdini is a magical girl.
Please, that would be great.
No, but yeah. So Zoe's main job now is just to carry around Renee's stuff. Because Renee's the boss. As it should be. Goku's
Right.
dressed up as Finland again. He's
Mhm.
repeating some things now. And apparently there's a rainbow stone, which is an ugly-ass rock that everyone says just looks terrible. But it, like, either contains blue aqua or modifies blue aqua. It does something. It's another magic rock.
Yeah.
And so, of course, since we're talking about new magic rocks and modeling stuff, of course we got to go to a jewelry convention because that's what Renee's up to. And we're going to meet our background character who I didn't even get her name. She's just...
Gretchen.
Her
Okay.
name is Gretchen.
Yeah. Want to point out yet again, the background character is getting the most fun line reads. I don't know who
Hey,
Renee's hairdresser was, but he's hilarious.
Hang on 1 second.
Sure.
I just realized something.
Okay, we're back. We had a bit of a
difficulty.
technical difficulty. Audio should be normalized, I guess, now. So, what were we talking about? Background characters?
Gretchen.
Gretchen? No, Renee's hairstylist.
yes,
Something along the lines. So I said to Christina, I was like, honey, if that frock is a ball gown, then I'm the Emperor of Japan. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, but you need a name in the credits. But yeah, so Gretchen's like I guess the clumsy side character trope who's like, is it just me or is like the main story arc they go back to in the show constantly I'm the aspiring whatever who's just not confident in themselves, and I need to if I just learn to be confident after I'm attacked by a monster, I will go and do good things after. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like we've done this with Bridget twice
Yeah.
We've probably done it with probably not Monkey. Monkey's got boundless amounts of confidence.
We did it with the little girl in the swimming.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think the reason behind that is like, since the target audience is like young girls, like, I think those episodes are in there because like building confidence is kind of like a big part of like girls growing up.
I get that.
So I think it's why they cover it so much. I wish it wasn't done so heavily.
Yeah, that's
But-
my problem. I'm not saying it's a bad storyline. I'm just saying it's feeling overused at this point. Or at the very least, we could change. I like they're changing it up a little bit. One, by not making it Bridget for once. But like, just you literally could just switch out Gretchen for Bridget at this point.
They even
In this
have
episode.
glasses.
Yeah, literally all we're missing is green hair and a book. But yeah, she's trying to get the. I can't tell if he's the designer of the jewelry for the thing or if he's just running the convention. I think he's just running the convention, right?
I think he's the designer.
He's the designer? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's trying to, like, talk to him and be like, hey, could you do... I don't know. I like his line,
Showcase.
what is it now? I have a chicken Caesar waiting for me. But yeah, she's trying
she
to get
wants her own thing to be showcased.
Yeah. Which, you know, I don't know that that's how you're supposed to do it, but...
Right.
Yeah, she's trying to get her stuff out there, which is good for her. And then Zoe, like, sees her struggling with some boxes in the back. I guess she's like just a production assistant or something. She's like some kind of intern or whatever. When like she crashes, and I love Zoe's like, "Are you alive?" I break everything I touch. Join a demolition crew. I'm like, you know what? Solid advice, Zoe. Hanging around Renee is good for you. You're getting slowly becoming a better whatever you're doing. And yeah, so she shows her the necklace that she's been working on, which, lo and behold, it's a rainbow stone that we were talking about early in the episode. What a coincidence! And she's like, this is made from a very rare mineral. I'm like, one, you are an unpaid intern. How did you get your hands on that? I can't exactly get my hands on, like, large diamonds or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a little weird. I know no one really likes it because it's ugly or whatever, but it's still, rare is rare. I can't get iridium.
Yeah.
So, yes, I know what that is. It comes from meteors. It has to do with space. It kind of has something to do with what we're watching today.
Space aliens.
Space aliens, or I guess you said they were the real Earthlings?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
The true Earth people.
Yeah.
But apparently they also know that it's there, and they know
yeah.
apparently it reacts.
Yeah, I don't know
So
how they know,
think-
but they always know everything that the main characters know.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's convenience, I guess.
Also, this I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if the whole establishing the rainbow stone as something that reacted with the blue aqua, Mew aqua, was something that was done before or after it was introduced by Gretchen.
See,
I think they switched that around between the sub and the dub.
all I can say in the dub, they definitely showed the rainbow stone thing before it was introduced by Gretchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're like, I thought they said it contained blue aqua
They thought it did.
or something. Okay. Because I was like, and the rest of them are like, it reacts to blue aqua. I'm like, figure out your stuff. It whatever it was a little muddled and a little confusing. on
They
the dub
assumed
end.
because it reacted, it was.
Okay.
But it wasn't.
So is it any good for anything?
No.
Okay, so it's just junk. It's just an ugly
Kinda.
rock. Great.
Pretty much.
So
I didn't
officially,
think it was
we should
ugly.
say, yeah, it doesn't look ugly, but everyone says it's ugly,
No.
so we have to assume it's ugly. So officially speaking, this episode is useless to the plot because nothing was gained from it.
It's a filler.
Yep, it's a
Like-
filler. It's literally from the other two Bridget episodes that we had. I wish there was a little more variety in it, is all.
Okay.
Renee's stylist gives her something this is called Scarlet Fever. And they're like, well, of course, we'll just talk to Renee and get her to model the thing, and, that'll get in the show. I'm like, that's not how that works. This person doesn't get to decide what they're wearing. They're just hired to wear it. Like, I don't think anyone has any concept of how these, I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on, like, runway shows or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Or talent agencies.
Yeah. It's like, you were not paid to do that.
You are paid to do what we tell you to do.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, of course, so Gretchen runs out crying because she's a failure and everything sucks in life and all that. And Renee has to go off and do her interview thing. But, of course, we have to show the interview on a Jumbotron just as Gretchen's walking by and ask a question that will help Gretchen, because it's like, oh, what was this thing that you did? It's like, well, I had to start doing this and just do it for myself because if I did was blah, 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 and then everyone else would see it. It's like, it's just, I've seen that too many times. It's a good thing. I get what the episode is trying to do, and like you said, like trying to give girls confidence, and that's a great thing. If you could just do it in not such a cliched way, I would just like it better.
A little more variety.
Yeah, a little something that I haven't really seen 40 times before. What did Houdini do now?
He's scratching his face, and as he was scratching himself, he was like making the TV shake.
Oh dear. Hope your TV doesn't
No,
fall.
it was funny. It made a funny noise. Oh, hi, buddy.
Okay, I got another question. Again, I feel like I'm just not sure how modeling runway shows work or why. But I feel like if it's like in the case of jewelry, wouldn't it make more sense to have like display cases and models like in a room and everyone else walks around to see them? Because like I'm trying to think, you're displaying like earrings on someone. How well are they going to be able to see when you're just walking past them?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
from a
very
distance.
true.
Like, people in the front row are fine, but...
I think it's more to showcase, like, what all these pieces can be worn with. And granted, like, that's not always very visible.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. It's just...
Oh well.
It seems kind of weird to me. It just feels kind of... I feel like you could have done... Well... Part of me is like, why don't you just make this like a regular fashion show? This makes more sense for the whole setup and everything. But then I'm like, well, how is clothing gonna somehow get included in the blue aqua thing? Ultimately, it had nothing to do with the blue aqua. So yeah, it's like this was the only reason for this was like to try to find a way to get the aliens involved.
Yep, because you can't have a Monster of the Week episode without aliens.
Which just makes... Like, the less it makes sense to me, the more I'm just like, this was such a pointless episode. I will give Renee points. She changes in under 20 seconds, which is pretty impressive. Whenever she, like, goes back to do a thingy. Oh, but then, of course, Zoe has to get the inevitable call of, hey, don't let anyone go near a rainbow stone. And, hey, can we put my rainbow stone in the show?
Yeah.
And then our favorite character, Dren, shows us, hey, look, a reaction. Gimme. And he takes the stone, but Gretchen bites him, and he squeals like a little bitch.
Yep. That was the thing that happened.
And then there's a really weird... It looks very much from Power Rangers, the monster of the week.
The turtle.
Yeah, I could not tell if that was supposed to be like some kind of turtle creature at the beginning of this.
Until, like, it was defeated and was, like, literally splayed out on its back.
Oh, don't spoil the ending. Spoil the ending.
No, it was funny.
He's making all these weird noises today.
Who is?
Dren. He's like, I don't know. It's just a bunch of like, I'm sorry to everyone at home who wants to hear me doing this. If you wanted a little kiss goodbye, you could have just asked kitty cat.
Here's your kiss.
Yeah, did she like punches him or something?
I'm pretty sure she was going to punch him in the face, but then
Yeah.
turtle attack.
Yeah, the animation got really low budget there because it was like clip art animation almost. I don't know. It's like I've seen worse times where they've like run out of budget, but it's like certain moments they're having a fight scene is actually pretty good, and then other times it's this.
I don't know. Like, they saved a lot of their budget for episode 26.
I agree. I agree with that. And, you know, budget well spent, I suppose, but still, you could have put like 50 more cents maybe into this.
A little bit.
What was the budget for some of the turtle sequences? Was it a bag of potato chips? It felt like a bag of potato chips.
Well, what was the budget for episode 1? You remember that animation?
Okay, when you say 1, do you mean 1 or 12?
1.
Okay. I don't remember. Because we've been going through how many
really
other things.
Weird at
I think,
some points.
I'll be honest, I think at the time I was like so focused in on the fact that it was a 4Kids dub. I think that probably had something to do with it.
Yeah, that explains it.
Um
Now decided
God,
to
what else?
behave. Good boy.
Oh, Monkey's tail is still popping out of their ass after they've already been jumping around with it in their transformation sequences, and that just bugs me.
Magical girl transformation logic, don't question it.
There's no logic. And I like that, and Sardon and Tarb show up, of course.
Mm-hmm. They're all after the Rainbow Stone.
Yep. And Tarb's just like, we found Blue Aqua fair and square, finders keepers. And Monkey's all like, and losers weepers, so prepare to cry. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty decent burn, Monkey. And he's like, wait, what does that mean? I'm like, what do you think it means? You just got burned. And I'm like, there better be a toddler fight. And lo and behold, there is a toddler fight in this episode. Fantastic
Yeah.
toddler fight. I have to point out again, Sardon keeps using this move called Aerial Torpedo and never does the same thing twice, and it's never aerial or a torpedo. Last time it was a lightning bolt, this time it's just a big windstorm. I guess that's kind of aerial, but I don't know if he knows what a torpedo is.
I think they just were trying to fit in one singular attack with the lip flaps, and because I think he actually does have 2 attacks in the anime.
So just say lightning lash or windstorm, or that doesn't matter. Just call it something that it is. It's not a torpedo. He keeps using that word. I don't think it means what he thinks it means. I mean, he's from another planet. We could argue that he just doesn't understand English. There's been plenty of times where he's used terms or said things that like he just doesn't understand. I get that, but this is something you actually use regularly. I would like to point out, other than the fact that he doesn't know what words he's using, he's pretty effective in doing his shit.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, Zoe transformed off screen, and she tries to beat the monster. It doesn't work, because as now I'm going to call him QVC host Dren says, this turtle's shell is made of solid diamonds. Notice the way it shimmers and shines in the light of your rosebell attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah. And then the Blue Knight shows up again.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do shit.
Nope.
No one does shit. But he's just like... And Jen is like, notice the effortless manner in which the diamond reflects the Mew Mew's attacks. And Blue Knight's just like, you know, because they're all shooting it, and it's just like turtling up and reflecting everything. And it's like, well, how do you beat it? Like, wow, Dren, you did a pretty good job here making this monster. And he's like, but Blue Knight's, hey, so you know that thing we just did that didn't work, but you know, why don't we try it again and see it in the exact same way? And everyone's just like, yeah, sure, why not? But of course, this ultimate weapon was beaten by it just falling on its ass.
I've fallen and
It was a turtle. It was a turtle on its back, and that's how it lost. That was so dumb. That was really dumb to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
They beat it. But Sardon's getting away. But who saves the day? It's Renee. Because that's all she does is just carry the team. And then they go back to their normal day of, you know, let's go back to the plot, air quotes, and I'd like to point out Karina nearly passed out from how hot Renee was looking on the catwalk.
Yeah.
The jewelry designer not only became a jewelry designer, she became a model. I didn't realize that was part of her dream. That was never really mentioned, but whatever. She goes around and shows off the rainbow necklace, and even the jewelry designer show producer guy, he has a chase. He's like, hey, somebody hire that person. And
Well,
then,
no, because that was what Renee told her to do was, why don't you go and wear it yourself?
I guess that's fair. Right, we get to the best part of the show, though. The end, where everyone's like, hey, whatever happened to Kiki? And she's literally been wrestling Tarb for hours, and nobody noticed.
Yeah.
I laughed harder at that than any other part of that part of that episode.
And then Dren's like, oh, why stop them now? It looks like they're having fun.
Should we tell them it wasn't blue aqua? Yeah. Toddlers fighting is hilarious. No, but I'd say Kiki did good. She took out the annoying one. So
Kept him occupied.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe they like each other. Maybe that's why they're fighting so much. Anyway, the next episode. Next episode's one of two parts for I guess their I'd call it a season finale. I guess it's more of a mid-series finale kind of thing. Whatever you want to call it. There's no cold open because this one's a serious episode. We gotta save our time. Can't be putting the theme song in the middle of whatever the action is. I guess, yeah. So Zoe's been a bad girlfriend if she's his girlfriend, and their relationship is so just undefined.
They're together. It's just...
Then why is she so weird?
I don't know. In the English, they're together. In sub, they're more or less together.
How many
I don't
weeks?
know.
It's been a couple months at the very least. We've gone through summer vacation and more time. She shouldn't be this awkward around the guy.
I don't even know how long their summer vacation technically is in Japan.
I think in Japan it's like 3 or 4 weeks.
A month. Yeah, it's like a month.
Yeah. So they've been together at least a month, plus whatever time they've been back on, because they mentioned something somewhere about like, hey, we're back in school and I can't wait for whatever. And there was time before that even. So it's been a couple months at least. How are you still this awkward around this guy?
I don't know.
Some people are just like that.
Yeah. Very easily flustered.
I don't know. Good for Mark. He's a very patient man. But she wants to plan a surprise party. But Goku and work keep ruining Zoe's dating life, and then they were like talking about finding more blue aqua with examples with food, which is the best way to do any sort of example. Like,
it's the best way to explain a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like there's these things, deposits of minerals in the earth that hold blue aqua. It's like these nuts in this delicious chocolate mudslide cake. I'm like, you're making me hungry, dude. Why are you doing this to me right now? And then, but like, how are they in there? Well, let's look at this delicious butterscotch mousse, and we'll drop a strawberry in there. See how the strawberry is kept inside the butterscotch? Like, stop it. Like, I don't have butterscotch mousse. I don't have a chocolate mudslide cake. Stop doing this to me. Like, I think even Zoe was gonna like go like, oh man, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're basically saying like, yeah, we know it's somewhere. We have no idea where, but maybe we can find some blue aqua if you all mega evolve. Hint, hint. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, not, not, say no more, say no more. And the aliens, obviously, because it's the show, they know everything that they already know. I swear, they bugged the cafe. I don't think they've ever been to the cafe. They bugged the cafe.
There's nighttime hours. You don't know if they've bugged the cafe or not.
I think they bugged the cafe. Yep. So they're, like, the people are noticing sinkholes and stuff, and apparently, the aliens have made armadillos to dig around.
Moles.
That is a shaved Dromojimon if I have ever seen one. Anyone who's watched Digimon, you know what I'm talking about. They literally took a
the little star-pointed nose.
It is a Dromojimon with a little hood ornament.
Oh.
That's it. Like, someone stole some stuff from the Digimon studio down the street. I don't know if the Digimon studio was down the street. Dren being his Drenness. Don't you even fret, my little shortcake. I've got a brilliant plan to distract those sassy super chicks. Dren's got things, shall we say, all wrapped up.
Yeah.
Like, stop hitting on your... Why are you hitting on your underage coworker?
That's so gross. I was like cringing. Just stop.
I mean, you gotta love him. He's just so weird. But Zoe's sleeping. Yeah.
Ugh.
Zoe was sleeping in math class, gets in trouble. Goku and Wesley are still up to their old, let's not let anyone know what we're actually planning. And they're like, they have like a rusty stick in a box, and they're like, it's beautiful. I'm like, it's not, but it's also powerful.
It's a scepter.
Yeah. And they're like, do you think she's ready for it? And they're like, yes, she's met every challenge so far. She'll meet this one too. I'm like, yep, Renee is pretty awesome. Fuck me, you're talking about Zoe again, aren't you?
The thing is they weren't even talking about anyone specifically in the sub when they were talking about that thing.
In the dub, they weren't either. They were just playing the pronoun game. I was hoping they were just going to give it to Renee.
They were just talking about it being found at an archaeological site. And they never mentioned what it was actually going to be used for.
Yeah, they didn't mention that in this one. They're just like, this is a new weapon for Zoe to use. I'm like...
No, they didn't even mention it was a weapon.
We have to assume. It's beautiful, it's powerful. Do you think she's ready for it? What else are they going to do with it?
I mean, for English, I don't even know for the sub.
Yeah.
No, it was the same. They didn't mention what it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
You just guess.
This kind of makes me wonder about certain things. Like, I don't know if you could exchange weapons around in this sort of thing. I know, like, I'm thinking of, like, when Captain America picked up Mjolnir. Spoilers if you haven't seen Endgame yet.
I don't think it's, like, their physical weapons. Like, I feel like they're, like, power manifested by...
Extensions?
For most of them, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But this one clearly exists without Zoe being around. Could you have just given this to any of them?
I mean, theoretically...
It really depends. It depends on whether or not you would have a strong enough reaction to get the Mew Aqua to manifest.
That's why we're not giving it to Wolf, because she doesn't react to nothing.
Literally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dren and Tarb are going to release Mothra on Tokyo. He calls him Shrimp Dimples. Stop hitting on your underage coworkers. What the hell?
Shrimp dimples.
He said shrimp dimples, and I had to actually stop the video and
That
go,
was
like,
really
wait,
funny.
What?
That was
Go
really
back.
funny.
What was that?
Take it easy, Shrimp Dimples. It seems to be a running theme of, like, using poison. They want to poison the air and destroy the air quality. Which, I'm just going to be honest, like, I maybe poison doesn't affect them, but it's like, it seems counterproductive to what you're trying to... You want to take over the planet before, like, the humans destroy it with global warming and poisoning the atmosphere and whatnot. So you're poisoning the atmosphere to prevent them from poisoning the atmosphere. It's just...
Counterintuitive.
Yeah. Mini-Mew is serving a purpose again.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea that was going to happen. But he gets distracted by finding a moth cocoon and he goes blind. And then the Planeteers are looking all over for Blue Aqua and can't find shit. Question, because maybe I just missed it. When did Renee start having a school uniform?
Well, I mean,
I was convinced that she was, like, just not doing any of
No.
that.
Okay, so this is, like, the first episode where it's actually shown her in street clothes that aren't like street clothes, like more of a school uniform. Technically, she is like 16, so she does go to school.
I just
We've
figured
just
she got,
never
like,
seen her in a uniform.
I just figured she got like homeschooled or tutored or something.
Nope, she goes to school. We just don't know where.
Okay. Yeah, so Zoe's getting sick of not being around Mark, and Mark is a surprisingly understanding boyfriend, air quotes, because we still are like, yeah, he's your boyfriend. Just, oh my god. Then Zoe starts to rise up against the bourgeois capitalist pig dog that is Goku, and he's trying to bring the proletariat against them. And, yeah. Okay,
Nice
she's not going
too.
full communist, but you know, she's at least trying to be like, hey, we need some better working conditions. I'm kind of like, yeah, you do. you have the shittiest job. But she calls Elliot Goku a slave driver and leaves, and Bridget's all like, I'm sure Zoe didn't mean that, Elliot. I mean you being a slave driver. And Karina's just like, yeah, slave drivers are sweethearts compared to Elliot. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Got some good burns going on this week.
That line in the sub was not actually a burn. What it was in the sub was actually Karina making a comment about, like, Bridget defending Elliot. And it was more like implying that she has a crush on him.
Ah.
I like this one better.
I mean, I do too, but
I think mostly because I don't want to see Bridget go through yet another I'm going after a guy way too old for me. I feel like she already did that in yet another repeat episode.
yeah.
But Sardon and Tarb aren't sure about Dren's plan, and Mark. You ever notice? And I think this was part of why I thought maybe Mark was evil. He always seems to show up exactly when Zoe's thinking about him. It's like, speak of the devil, and he appears. He might be the devil. Or Deep Blue, but you already told me that's not true. So.
We didn't tell you anything.
Yeah, I've inferred everything from your reactions, I guess. Who knows? Maybe Mark is evil. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
I don't know any other guy who'd be this understanding about getting stood up like 90% of their relationship.
Unless he's totally okay with it because he's running everything going on behind the curtain.
Exactly. He's evil. He takes her to the nurse's office because she kind of passes out.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says, so this is the nurse's office. I'm like, how do you not... Okay, maybe you haven't been here that often.
There.
Yeah, but just that exclamation of, so this is the nurse's office. I'm like, have you never seen a doctor's office or anything like that before? It's just...
Nope, he's never been sick.
Mark goes in for a kiss to check her fever.
He's going to touch their foreheads together.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get that. Have you ever seen anyone do that to check someone's fever?
Only in anime.
Only in anime.
I don't think that's a thing. I really don't think that's a thing. I think they just do that just to have that moment of, are we gonna kiss?
I mean, my whole thing is like to check for a fever, you just put the back of your hand on their forehead.
Yeah. We're all doing it.
Yeah, but that's not exciting.
No.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Personal space. Weird. Just, I don't know. Apparently Mark is into chick rock as well. I don't know how you define that, but...
I don't know.
Avril Lavigne.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe Zoe's just thinking, hey, you, I could be your girlfriend. I'm like, you kind of already are, but you haven't realized it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their relationship just confuses me so much. But Goku realizes
I think she's also very confused.
Yeah.
I think she's just a spaz. I'm sorry. I'm just...
Well,
He's
you're
clearly
not
shown
wrong.
interest in you. You've shown interest in him. You've gone out how many times, and yet you're still... I don't know if this is just like a Japan
You're
thing.
still not sure where you stand.
I don't know if this is just like a
Jesus,
Japan thing,
Baz.
because I know like so many times you like see an anime, it's like, we've been going out for 6 months. Do you think it'd be okay to hold hands? Maybe it's a cultural thing that I just don't get. I don't get it.
Maybe.
Well, they're also not very, for Japan, they don't really do, like, a lot of, like, physical affection, especially, like, out in public.
It's a PDA.
Yeah, they don't
I'm
do
not
PDA.
saying you have to be, tonsil bumping, like, every other day. I'm just... You could at least say, like, yeah, we're going out. And just be done with it. And I don't know why it's like, it's not a will they,
Also,
won't they thing. It's already happened.
I guess I'm not sure, also because, like, I had a Japanese roommate who did date people, and...
To be fair, that would have been in America.
Yeah, but she also, like, dated people who were also still in Japan while she was here in America.
Gotcha.
But, like, the thing is, like, I'm not really sure about, like,
It might
how
have just
she
been open
necessarily
relationship
felt
type
about things, but I
deal.
feel like they take things a lot slower,
Yeah.
maybe, than we necessarily do.
I get that. I do. I mean, if anime's taught me anything, it's like there's certain, like, yeah. If I've seen shoujo. This is shoujo.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain point, I get the will they, won't they, ooh. They already are. They've been. For some time, it feels like, and yet they're still trying to pull the will they, won't they thing. It's just, it seems like a waste of time. I don't know. God, where was I talking about? Yeah, Goku realizes he's a dick and gives everyone the night off or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw this out there. She gave him a nickname, a little pet name. She calls him Marky Mark over the phone. That's not just something she said. She said it to him.
I know.
And I'm disappointed because there was no Funky Bunch involved. But, yeah. So, everyone's got the night off. It almost seems specifically so that Zoe could go out with him.
Yeah.
And... Yeah, before he's able to, like, the call, like, goes out or whatever, but, apparently Mark scored tickets to the Bonbons.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's hoping to take her out to that. And apparently Mini Mew didn't tell anyone in the how many hours that after he'd seen the alien moth that there was an alien moth. And again, I'm back to, what is the point of him? He just doesn't do, like, I feel like Mini Mew could be replaced with a better Mini Mew. Because he is a robot, and they clearly built him. Couldn't they just build a better one, or upgrade his software, or something?
I mean, they did build a second one in the sequel manga, but we haven't been introduced to him.
Is he better? Or is he also useless?
Gav, I don't remember. Is he better than Mini Mew?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
It's okay.
Well, whatever. I'm going to assume he's better. Everyone realizes, holy crap, there's going to be a giant monster that we're going to have to get rid of. I'm like, yeah, it's that time of the week. Wesley has a nice car. I'll give him that. Nice.
He
nice
does.
Car, Wesley.
He's also a crazy driver.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I got a lead foot too. And everyone's going to the tower with the moth while the Dromojimon go for the blue aqua, and we get it to be continued. Which, as far as an episode recap, the second one starts with Dren with the others, and it's clearly recycled animation from the last episode. He's like, "Hey Sardan, remember what happened in the last episode? Remind me." Like, you know what? That was a nice framing device. I like that. That was funny. But I don't know is how he knows about the things that he wasn't there for. But then again, I'm still going with the idea that maybe they bugged the cafe. So maybe that's just how he's aware of everything. Also, people are walking around in the sewers and with sewage soaking into their socks and shoes, and no one seems to be bugged by that at all.
Yeah, I
Kinda
saw
gross.
that. I was like, oh, that's so gross. Wear boots, please.
Yeah. They should be wearing a lot more than that, but,
Yeah.
anime, we're not going to get into it. I did like the exchange that Mark had at the beginning with his friend. He's like, "Hey, David, I just wanted to thank you. What, for the concert tickets? I got them for my girlfriend, but, she dumped me. So, no tickets for her, right? So, you taking Zoe? Yeah. Treat her right, man. She's a good girl. I wish I still had a good girl. Are you okay? I'm just bitter. Have fun with my girlfriend's tickets." Again, it's the nobody characters who get the best lines in this show. It's kind of fantastic. I kind of want to see. It's like, I kind of wonder. Do you think David was involved with Sasha and Tom from the other couple episodes?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like I'm just going back there. Sometimes it's like sometimes the show is really good and sometimes it's really boring and I just need to come up with my own stuff. Mm-hmm. Speaking of boredom, Tarb is all over that because he just wants to do stuff. So he's like, I want to tell the Dromojimon to do something, or I want to go see the moth, or I want to go do that. And yeah, I get it. Your job is boring right now. Wesley's driving around like a psycho. Then they got to a part that confused me about the tower. Not so much about the tower, but the Mew Mews in relation to the tower. Okay. Because one of them's like, I'm getting dizzy just looking up there. And the other one's like, imagine what it's gonna be like looking down. I get that it's tall. Correct me if I'm wrong. These people can jump like 50 feet in the air without breaking a sweat, right?
Yes.
And they've flown halfway across the city multiple times. How are heights a problem for you still? I mean, I feel like the first time Superman flew, he was probably a little freaked out and not, like, great or prepared entirely for how high he was going. But I gotta figure by the time he actually put on the blue spandex, he was okay with heights. Same thing with, like, Spider-Man or Batman or anyone else who can, like, jump around or swing around a city in basically free fall half the time. I have to assume you're no longer bothered by heights in general. I don't know. Just seemed kind of weird.
I don't know.
I don't know who they called it, but someone said, "Hey, look, it's a flying dweeb." Burn, I guess.
It was a Kiki.
Yeah, Kiki. Was that for Tarb? I think they have something.
No, it was for Dren.
No, it's for Dren. Okay. Yeah, Tarb wasn't there.
Yeah, he was underground with the mole people.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm underground! No. We should watch that at some point. I may have to become a mole person! Yeah, they're like, I think it was Elliot, he's like, you have to destroy that cocoon before it hatches. Tell us something we don't know. I'm like, good on you, monkey. Because, quite frankly, that was the most obvious statement that I've heard all day. That day. As if they were just going to watch it. They wasted a lot of time with that long-ass transformation sequence, but that's not important. Yeah, I think some of them were waiting for an elevator. Like, again, I feel like they could jump this building, so I didn't understand that. The Dromojimon can't find the blue aqua. There's a freestyle Mew Mew rap for no reason, despite the fact that it was not after the transformation sequence. I don't get it. Things are off today, for some reason. And Dren is going to kill... He's going for the kill again, because he actually pulled out his weapons, and, apparently the animation budget is back up. Good for them.
The animation budget's been up the whole episode.
Yeah, but I feel like we get to really exploit it during the fight sequences. That's usually better. Zoe can't blow up the moth cocoon because she is not as good as everyone seems to think that she is. Mm-hmm. But Renee knows what's up and she's like, we can't break through it. We have to wait until it hatches. I'm like, why are you not the leader? It still doesn't make sense to me. It's never going to make sense to me. Goku and Wesley figure out the moth is a distraction for the Dromojimon, and Zoe left her cell phone on during a fight because she clearly has no understanding of theater etiquette.
Pulls it out of her pocket.
Yup. In the middle of someone else's monologue, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Dren doesn't take too kindly to that either because he straight up just breaks her phone, and he's like, how dare you interrupt me while I was making this speech? That really pisses Zoe off, I think. The Planeteers want to get it over with so that Zoe can go on her date with Mark. And here's the weird part. Monkey mentions she has a concert to get to, but Mark never mentioned that to any of them, so how does she know about it?
I don't know.
Oversight, I think, on the
She
people
can't just
who were
smell
writing the
Mark,
script.
man. She can do so much more. I don't know. I've mentioned this before. I think in her limited spare time, Monkey might be secretly stalking and trying to kill Mark. Hear me out. She can smell him from anywhere. She knows what his plans are, even if he's never mentioned it to her or anyone else. That time that Marco got very close to dying twice, she looked pretty giddy.
Please,
I
just
think she wants to
make
kill
an
him.
abridged series out of this, okay?
Why not? Maybe. The trash man's coming. She might be a killer. I think deep down she's got some monsters in her, I think. And it's unfortunately a kid's show. They're not going to go full on, but I think maybe Monkey might be a serial killer. The Dromojimon find some quartz, no blue aqua, and Dren's betrayal is in full swing, and I'm like, I knew it, he's going full Starscream. But then Megamoth hatches. He could have come, I get it, but it's like, I wish there was a better name for that. And Renee actually takes the initiative, because she's actually a good magical girl. Everyone else follows her, and the moth, but like the moth is like, has like some extreme dex, so its AC is through the roof and it dodges everything. Renee, again though, being the best that she is, chops off one of its wings and then gets a face full of poison for it, which it's never been made clear to me. How does poison affect them? Is it just like a mild inconvenience, or does it actually really hurt them?
I feel like how that occurred was more like it blocked up her airways, making it hard for her to breathe.
Okay, so not like deadly.
No.
Okay. Zoe does something for once and jumps on the moth's back and flies out of the tower, which I think they were trying to keep it in the tower, but, you know. She's useless. And then she nearly falls to her death, but is saved by the Blue Knight again. My greatest pleasure in life is to save yours. I'm like,
No.
dude, just stop laying it on so thick. It's just weird. And he's like, by the way, kill it with love, I guess. Because love kills
more or
monsters now. I like that. Can I point out again, he disappears before Goku shows back up.
But also, who does, I'm not even going to say it.
Wait. Hang on a second. Technically, when he was around, Goku was still downstairs with Wesley.
No, he ran away to go give the item to somebody. And then he shows up afterwards with the case.
Trying to remember what order these scenes were in, because some of these are out of order.
They show Mark realizing that Zoe is screaming, and then they cut immediately to the Blue Knight and showed the Blue Knight, and then afterwards they show the scene with Goku not getting there until after Blue Knight disappears, and then they go back down to saying, oh, he ran off. So
I know that in the sub, because I've apparently inferred enough from you that Goku and the Blue Knight are not the same person, and it's really Deep Blue's Lord Slug Piccolo King Piccolo situation. I guess Lord Slug was Guru's other half, I guess. Was it? That's at least what they said in the abridged series. I'm forgetting. Anyway, he's got like a weird dual Namekian thing going on. I still think that it would be a funny idea if it was Goku. Speaking of Goku, the Mars starts spreading poison, and Zoe uses her love for Mark to go Super Saiyan. So, that's something. And I guess that means, the blue aqua was inside of us all along. And then they're like...
It appears.
Yeah, and then they're like, we need to lend Zoe our strength. I'm like, since when were you people able to do that?
Since episode 12.
Yeah, they do it in another episode, too.
I thought they were all just blowing up separate trees.
No. This is like combining their powers together.
I missed something. But Zoe gets a magic wand of blue aqua to destroy the poison in the moth. But Dren planned for all of this. His Starscream is in full bloom. It's not really a Starscream moment. He pulled blue aqua into their... What do they call it? Fourth dimensional layer? I think it was fourth dimensional.
Yeah. He basically got the Mew Aqua drop bubbles into their dimension.
And
basically let them attack the leader.
But it didn't attack the leader. It's reconstituting the leader. Because that was his plan from the very beginning, was not to betray his leader, but to fully form his leader back into a body. Who knows what happened to Deep Blue?
His whole thing was the fact that he couldn't stand the fact that he was working for someone who never even showed his face. So I think that was more him trying to, like, even the scales a little bit. As far as, like, the power balance, maybe.
So he's gonna go full Starscream, but he just needs a target. I getcha. That's smart. In a cunning and devious way. Anyway, the day is saved. Thanks to the power Mew Mew thing.
And then Zoe has to run off to go and see the concert.
I love Renee's line. It's like, get going. Some guys are more understanding than others. Maybe Mark is one of them. What if he's not? Are you fucking kidding me? Is he not? How much of your shit has he pulled up with it? You don't think he's an understanding guy at this point? But we don't get to find out.
He must obviously really like you if he's dealing with this much of your shit.
Oh, yeah. We end on a cliffhanger. We don't get... Did Mark wait for Zoe? What does Deep Blue have to do with it? Am I actually going to enjoy the show without the dub anymore? Answers. Don't know, don't care. I definitely will not. Then that's
I know. You will
Mew Mew
hate
Power.
all the voices. You will hate them
I don't even know that has
so
anything to do with the
much.
voices. I think it has more to do with the fact that I know it's not going to be anywhere near as funny.
No. I'm serious. You're gonna hate hearing the Japanese voices after hearing the English ones.
I'm usually fine transitioning through shows. I mean, I've watched certain ones where it's like, yeah, I started in English or Japanese or whatever, then I had to switch over. I usually don't have too much trouble. Or is it that bad?
I mean, the differences in pitch.
Oh god, they're all gonna be really high pitched, aren't they?
It's just for Mark, really.
Oh, yeah, he's
for
high pitched.
Zoe.
I mean, I feel like he should have been a little more high pitched in this. He sounds like he's 35.
Well, he definitely sounds like he's 13.
Okay. In any case, what did you guys think of this ending for the series, season, whatever it is?
I mean, since I already knew it was gonna happen, like, I kind of expected it, so I'm like, oh, I know it happens, but still, I'm just kind of like, I feel like I still, like, need to hope that he's still there, waiting for her.
Yeah, because you're not going to tell me
kind of like,
he's there. We all know he's there.
I mean, I'm also, like, really hoping, and, like, you know, that it comes back, I can get back to it soon, because I'm more interested in what's going on with the aliens right now.
Yeah, they're the plot. But yeah, overall, this show is, I'm gonna say, good. I give this a yay.
Yay.
It's got some. I mean, it's a shonen that's over 26 episodes. Shoujo, whatever. Show something. It's yeah. So it's gonna have. I came in. I'm a veteran of Naruto. I'm used to filler and downtime and shit like that. So you know, I complain about the filler. It doesn't bug me that much because I'm just used to it. A little lapse in logic here and there, but overall, it's a pretty entertaining show. And yeah, part of that for me is just the dub being as I don't know if I can describe it as they didn't care, because I feel like they did. They put, at least most people put in a good amount of effort into this. At the very least, Zoe did, and definitely the person doing Monkey. Karina had good timing. Dren is a friggin' hero.
You're gonna miss that so much.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think we're not gonna have Dren.
He's the best part.
I gotta deal with fucking Quiche.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna miss Queen Jellyfish so much. Oh.
I mean, he still says some things, but it's not.
Yeah,
like,
but it's gonna
more
be
flirty than
serious.
it is goofy.
I mean, he was flirty here. Flirting with what? We're not sure.
I don't know.
I could always
feel
just rewatch Big Mouth.
Okay.
No, that's the one where I'm like, I gotta ask, is if we do like a Mew Mew Power Abridged or Tokyo, whatever we call it, if we did do that, is my Dren voice any good?
I think so.
Okay,
I think it's
I
good.
might do it. See, like the only like here's kind of like the only like thing I could see us like running into an issue with is like I think it would be difficult to abridge something that's already like almost a full comedy.
True.
Because like it's
Very
already
true.
funny. How do you want to make it funnier? It's easier with certain shit. Well, I mean, Madoka's a bundle of laughs. So, but like I'm trying to think of like other 4Kids dub shows that they've done. Like Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh are the ones that come to mind the most that were abridged. And I'm like, yeah, those shows originally had like funny moments, but the majority of it is not meant to be like super comedic. And I guess this one's not super comedic,
It's not.
but I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting if we do that at some point.
It's just, I feel like they found the right places to put in good one-liners
Yeah.
in the writing.
Yeah.
I think that was their thing. They're like, okay, we need to fill some lip flaps to take up some time. What's a funny line we can fit in here that fits with the context of what's going on?
Hey, whoever does... Hey, we got that hurricane line. I'm happy. That's...
Screw it. We'll become the ones to dub.
You wanna
the rest of the series.
I'm gonna be honest
In
with you.
English.
That sounds like so much fucking work. But
It would be.
it could be pretty funny.
I would say, though, if you were going to make an abridged series of this, cut out a lot of the fluff.
Oh,
Unless
it's an
you
abridged
really
series.
think you
There's
need
obviously
it.
we're gonna cut a lot of shit. Heck, we could probably do this whole series as an abridged series in like 6 episodes.
Probably.
6 for season 1, 6 for season 2. Done. That could be pretty fun. Maybe we will do that.
At some point. Madoka needs done first.
No, yeah, it does. It does. It's getting there. I just got some new lines recently and working them in. And, yep.
I have a cat.
You have a cat now?
Yeah. She likes Tokyo Mew Mew.
Oh,
And
good. A cat
Houdini
that actually
hates
likes it.
She was watching it with me earlier.
Houdini knows what's up. Freaking cultural appropriation. Well, that's a bad pun. Never mind. That didn't work. That didn't work at all. We should talk about what else was going on. Do we have any last thoughts on the show or anything else? I know at some point, because next week we're switching over to doing currently airing anime, but I know we're gonna come back for the second season of this at some point during one of the retrospective anime yay or nays, where we're just gonna just talk. Yeah, we're just gonna probably watch the whole thing and then just talk about it in one big go. Which next month we still got to decide what series we're doing. Should have it in the update. Whenever we record that, I do that and we'll figure it out. But yeah, I figure we'll probably have that set. We haven't set a date for it, but figure give us enough time, we could probably watch something by the end of the month and record something. Like end of July, be good. Yeah. Let's talk about next week though. What's next week is when we were switching over to not live, currently airing stuff. What are we watching? We're watching. Oh God, I do not remember the Japanese name, but it's called I think Monday starts to the Abandoned Sacred Beasts, which is
a Civil War kind of anime.
Yeah, it's like Attack on Titan was German air quotes, and this is American air quotes, and it's based on the Civil War, and apparently the North won by making magical transforming super soldiers. That is just a premise I could not pass up. But yeah, so that starts Monday. And then Wednesday starts Kanata Lost in Space, or Astra Lost in Space, or something. Kanata no Astra? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Kanata no Astra.
That one has a much shorter name. It's easier to remember. I think it translates to Astra Lost in Space, and it's a bunch of high school kids on a routine field trip to an alien planet. Anime. They get they run into something and they're 5,000 light years off course, and they have to find their way back. So I guess it's Robinson Crusoe in space. So it's Lost in Space. It's literally just Lost in Space with high school students. Because anime. And yeah, so I like that we don't have anything that's set in modern times. It's we got a period piece from the 1800s and a future that's 200 years in the future. So it's 200 years past, 200 years in the future. Let's do it.
Well, we won't get confused.
Yep, nope. We won't. We'll probably get confused by something. They're new.
Something in the show.
So.
Yeah, but we won't get the two shows confused.
No, one has an easy name and the other one doesn't. I'm looking forward to both, though. We still have to figure out how we're going to watch the Wednesday one. Because we can probably find it. It's just finding a site that's not going to
probably have it.
Yeah. We're lucky that the first one is on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So.
Which I still need to get my subscription.
I don't know that you're going to... Do you need one for simulcast? No.
Yeah.
All right. I'm screwed.
You need one if you're
Kiss
going
anime
to
all the way.
Currently premiering things. Otherwise you have to wait a week.
Well, that's not going to work because it has to be out by Friday.
Yep.
All right. Watch it on Kiss Anime because it'll probably be up there. I like that we're just promoting piracy at this point.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I feel like we're just running into that in society now. It used to be we threw our pirate hats away whenever Netflix showed up and we started getting so many more. Well, maybe a lot of the anime fans didn't, but I feel like a lot of people threw their pirate hats away. And now we're all having to dust them off now that everything's going to different services and all sorts of other crap.
Yep.
Arg.
I've seen a meme about that.
I'm not surprised there was a meme about that.
Memes.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for this week. We'll changing up to live stuff with. What is the Japanese name of the abandoned beasts thing? I'm gonna.
I can look it up.
Yeah.
I have it pulled up if you want me
To
to.
the abandoned sacred beasts. See if you can. What is the Japanese name?
To the abandoned sacred beasts. It is Katsume Kami Data Kimono Tachi e. Yeah.
Is there an "eh" at the end of it?
Yes.
That's funny to me, and I don't know why. But anyway, Tamagotchi Dibing Gambaguchi and Kanata no Astra next week. Enjoy.
Okay.
Come join us if you're down for it. We'll see. I'd like to also point out that there's a possibility that we're gonna like one or neither or whatever, and
Both.
at some point we could just like drop these and pick up something else. So if we pick something that you don't like,
Well, we can
whatever.
definitely. Well, we're definitely doing our yay or nay votes for
yeah,
sure.
they'll actually count for something this
Yeah.
time. I mean, it counts early on, but like at a certain point, I feel like we're just invested in a series and we're just like, yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah.
I really thought I was going to use... I'll say this about Tokyo Mew Mew and Mew Mew Power. I really thought I was going to use a nay vote at the beginning. I was so pleasantly surprised that I did not have to. So, waiting on that first nay vote I have to use.
We shall see. Who knows?
Okay.
I may not like what we've picked.
Well, I can't think of why, but... Unless you know something I don't.
No, I don't. But just sometimes, like, some anime, I'm like, yes, I'll stick with this. Otherwise, sometimes I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, you never know what it's going to be until you start it, so... Yeah, we'll see. These could be the best shows of the series, of the season. Or they could be the worst. Who knows?
That's true.
Anywho, we'll start Kata Tamagotchi and Kanata no Astra the next week, and then make sure to look at the update video that we're going to put out on July 1st to know what the series retrospective that we'll be doing for Anime Yay or Nay, and the Anime Yay or Nay movie that we'll be watching. And that way you guys can watch along or catch up or do whatever whenever we start talking about it. Because we go into spoilers on this no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, I think that's it. Anyone else got anything else to say?
Nope.
Alrighty.
Nope.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.